Today, we study the gentle rhythm of the sea.
Catch me, SpongeBob!
Oh, yeah!
They're sickening. I hate people.
This is divine. I've been waiting all my life, feeling tired.
SpongeBob is one of the most recognizable characters out there. From children to adults, everyone knows the yellow sponge that lives in a pineapple under the sea. But you know what else lies under the ocean floor of Bikini Bottom? Memes. So many memes. The internet is absolutely filled with memes, and I would have to say that many of these memes are SpongeBob related. YouTuber Lemon explained this very well in his video about SpongeBob, about how you can't go through any social media feed without encountering SpongeBob. SpongeBob is everywhere, and for a good reason. It's a show that's been around for around 20 years now, and it's crazy to see how this show is still relevant today in present culture. Yes, even though the newer seasons are not as good as the original 3, it is still nice to reminisce on the good old days. The best way to feel nostalgia from SpongeBob these days is through memes. SpongeBob memes have been around for the longest time, and the community is still pumping newer and better ones every day. So in this video, I'll be diving into every recognizable SpongeBob meme up to date. You'll find that most of these memes are from the first 3 seasons because that was the most iconic era for the show, and currently it seems like the idea of SpongeBob memes never seems to stop. Instead, it evolves, creating newer memes that satisfy the new audience. So today I decided to take you guys back on the memory lane of Nickelodeon, if you're older than like 16 or so, to the past and the present of SpongeBob memes. Now this is nowhere near a comprehensive list because you could literally make a meme out of any SpongeBob clip, but instead explaining the most recognizable SpongeBob memes up to date. For each entry, I will try to tell you the original reference and the origins of the meme in the actual show, but don't expect it for every single one because some are just way too hard to find. And this list will also not be in complete order from when they came out, but instead I will separate them from Seasons 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 and beyond, and others. Because after Season 3, there's not that much memes, I'm just gonna group them all into one little section. And I believe after this video, you will be shocked at how many SpongeBob memes that have been out throughout the decades. So you definitely want to stay till the end. And obviously, I'm not gonna be explaining why the meme is funny, because that would just be killing the already dead joke. And before I start, I'm just gonna tell you right now, cringe warning, alright? Some of these entries are pretty old, so you might get like a mini heart attack here and there from just looking at these ancient memes. But this is not for laughs and giggles, okay? This video is for educational purposes only. Intro done, so grab your popcorn, grab a box of Kelpo if you like, and let's dive in. This is every SpongeBob meme explained up to date with a tier list, and sorry, can't play some videos for copyright, and enjoy. Alright, so let's start off with Season 1, and the first one we're going to start off with is I Don't Need It. This original clip was in Episode 1C, Tea at the Tree Dome, where SpongeBob was fighting the urge to have some water. This is definitely an OG in the SpongeBob meme game. The origins are pretty unclear, but there are many references to this one clip. On February 24th, 2010, the I Don't Need It, I Don't Need It, I Need It page was created. Not very active anymore, however, on YouTube, user Lysis Ahara posted the clip to gross over 1 million views. One of the first images used for it was on July 3rd, 2014 on Reddit. Redditor Infinite Panda submitted an image macro of the scene to r/SpongeBob. Currently, this meme has no real use to it, but it is still remembered as an iconic moment. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it a B tier. Episode 16, Valentine's Day, gives us this meme, where Patrick rips off the Heartman's cosplay and reveals something. I don't remember this one that much personally, so I'm just gonna give it like a D tier.
Hey, you Heartman!
In episode 7A, Hall Monitor, SpongeBob and Patrick are monitoring the streets, and Patrick thinks SpongeBob is the maniac, telling him that the maniac is standing there menacingly. This meme is actually still used because of the search of Among Us memes, and this meme is usually implemented in pictures and all sorts of quotes, so I kinda like this one. C tier.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
In episode 4B, Boating School, one of the fishes, Fred, says the most infamous line in the entire show. This one line is pretty much synonymous with SpongeBob now, and they even made an entire episode dedicated to this gag. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it like a C tier. Episode 11B, Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost, gives us this meme. The white pale vegan Squidward is confused as a ghost, and SpongeBob and Patrick try to put him to rest in a coffin. The meme is pretty self-explanatory, with something dead being presumed to go inside. Honestly, that's a D tier. Primitive SpongeBob, a real OG. Episode 14B, SB129 gives us Primitive SpongeBob. This image is used in many different situations as mainly as a haha funny face. The episode has Squidward going through passages of time to find caveman SpongeBob and Patrick, and this image became an internet sensation around 2016. This image is also known as SpongeGar. Personally, I remember this meme a lot, and I generally kind of like it, so I'm giving it like a A tier. In episode 13A, Scaredy Pants, Squidward do be acting kinda sus though.
I've come for your pickle.
D tier. In episode 9, Nature Pants, when Patrick is trying to capture SpongeBob, he is attached to a coral arc, giving this menacing expression. Also known as Angry Patrick or Evil Patrick, it has been pretty widespread since February 2018. Nickelodeon did an official pin of this meme called Savage Patrick, which is now the name of the meme. I'm gonna give this like a D tier. Serious Lifeguard. In episode 2B, Ripped Pants, one of the fishes, Frank, is annoyed at SpongeBob for fake drowning. Usually this face is used for some displeasure meme, and personally, it's kinda on the bland side, so I'm gonna give it like a E. Sleeping Squidward. Episode 5B's Home Sweet Pineapple gives us the Sleeping Squidward meme. This scene is when SpongeBob crashes in Squidward's bed, but Squidward doesn't realize it until a second after, where his veiny ass eyes open. The template is supposed to be referenced as a sort of realization or uninteresting to interesting. C tier. SpongeBob traveling around in drag. This is definitely one of my more favorite ones, where SpongeBob travels to different parts of the world in all sorts of outfits. The original scene was in episode 6A, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. The first possible reference of this meme was on Twitter by user Dixie Normus, his profile pic being the French SpongeBob in Paris. Later, it became very popular, and I think this one's like one of the more creative ones, so I'm gonna have to give it A tier. Episode 4A, Naughty Nautical Neighbor. Patrick's being a little bit too naughty. C tier. Alright, next we got Squidward dancing. Episode 10A, Culture Shock. Squidward, he's got the moves, right? Contorting his body into like a pretzel, but the audience is not that big of a fan of his work. Not used very much as a meme template, but more like an ironic dance in the show, and it's more memorable as the dance instead of an actual meme. So, I like the dance personally, so I'm gonna give it a B tier. SpongeBob Wolves. This comes from Nature Pants again, where glowing SpongeBob harnesses the power of Kanye and levitates to the song Wolves. D tier. Spoon rattling. Episode 5A, Pizza Delivery, gives us the spoon rattling meme. SpongeBob and Squidward are delivering the Krusty Krab pizza when SpongeBob tries to show Squidward how to hitchhike by using hitchhike calls. Squidward accompanies him with a spoon rattle. The origins of this meme is from the still captions in the scene where it reads spoon rattling. The first post was on October of 2014 by Tumblr user Gender of the Day, gaining over 2,800 notes, and after that it became pretty popular. Honestly, it's a D tier. Squidward's Clock Closet. Episode 12B, Employee of the Month. SpongeBob destroys one of Squidward's clocks, and then Squidward reveals a whole closet filled with the same clocks. That's pretty much the gist of the meme template, and the first reference of the meme was on February 3rd, 2013, where Facepunch user Daniel Smith posted this image referring a post rating feature of the forum. After this, it started to surge in popularity, appearing in all sorts of apps and websites. C tier. Squidward Lounge Chair, another one that I'm a little bit unfamiliar with. Episode 16, The Paper, gives us the Squidward Lounge Chair. The meme features Squidward coming outside to put down a lawn chair to relax, and subsequently leaving right after. One of the first references of this meme was on Reddit. User XZDNSR combined 2 still images from this episode to create a Drake posting meme. The meme was posted to r/memeconomy and r/bikinibottom Twitter, with the post gaining over 44,000 upvotes in 2 days. The creator also provided a template for the format, making it very easy for others to join. I'm not familiar with this one, but it's not that bad, so I'm gonna give it a C tier. We got another Squidward one here. Squidward with sunglasses. In Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, Patrick and SpongeBob are pretending to be Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, and Squidward looks at them and then ignores them, going back to his tanning. You never really see this meme too much, however. When you do, it's pretty decent. So I'm gonna give this one a B tier. Sulfur Vision. On episode 20B, the sequel to Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, where Barnacle Boy tries to destroy the conch signal using sulfur vision. Now this meme is used by replacing the conch signal with the randomest crap ever. And just because this associates with Yankee Window Brim a lot, I'm just gonna put this at an A tier. Tired SpongeBob. In Nature Pants, SpongeBob is butt naked, bro. He's got no pee-pee, and the meme is that he's tired. That's my first F, bro. I don't even care what you say. This is trash. Next one, when you see a repost. In episode 19, Fools in April, when one of the fishes asks, what did SpongeBob do to his drink? He does this sort of face. The meme is from the idea of someone reposting a better version of that same type of meme. Very simple, very rare, and very not that good. E tier. Next we got,
You what?
same episode,
Firmly
same fish,
grasp
just
it.
different timing. This phrase is used in many examples, usually when the context is involved with something to do with shock or amazement. But now it's pretty obsolete, so I'm just gonna give this like a D tier. Last one for season 1. We're gonna end it off with a banger. Firmly grasp it. In episode 3A, Jellyfishing, Squidward is in a wheelchair and is bandaged up. Patrick then tells Squidward to firmly grasp the jellyfish net, leading Patrick to penetrate straight through Squidward's hand, giving him more damage for that critical hit. There's no real template here, but instead just a really funny moment in the show. And because of that one line of firmly grasp it being so iconic, I'm just gonna give this the first S tier to wrap up season 1. Welcome to season 2. You'll find that a lot of these memes come from these 2 specific episodes, Pre-Hibernation Week and Bang Geek. So let's just begin with one of them from Bang Geek, is Mayonnaise an Instrument. What an absolute classic. This clip from episode 35B Bang Geeks features Patrick asking if mayonnaise is an instrument. In 2009, the Mayonnaise Instrument Facebook page was created and the first YouTube video was uploaded by user CypherGuy91 on August 19, 2010, and gained a lot of views. In 2011, Urban Dictionaries posted a definition which reads, something that is not in fact an instrument. Then changed to, this quote was made by the SpongeBob SquarePants character Patrick. Then it was changed back to, no Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. This line and image was used to create some not very good memes, but just because of like the iconic element of that part, I'm just gonna give it a C tier. Open Sesame. We got another one from Patrick here. Episode 29, Survival of the Idiots, gives us Open Sesame. Patrick tries to open a frozen shut door by saying Open Sesame, the magic word. It doesn't work for some reason though. The meme is mainly just used as a one-liner or a really good joke at your preschool playground. And for that, I'm gonna give it a D tier.
Let me have a try. Open Sesame!
Episode 27, Pre-Hibernation Week, Sandy passes by a camper and he combusts into flames. This meme references ideas that are in bad situations or a mental breakdown. Very simple, not that bad, B tier. Confused Krabs. Episode 25, Patty Hype gives us Confused Krabs. Mr. Krabs is in front of the Pretty Patty store and surrounded by angry customers. The original caption for this photo was titled, When You Wake Up From a Nap. I know, it's very cringy, but Hot Topic released an official shirt of the meme in 2019, and the official SpongeBob social media account posted the same image, but with SpongeGar instead of Mr. Krabs. C tier. In episode 22, Something Smells, Fred, one of the fishes, smells SpongeBob's breath and says, Not at all, boy! This clip became very popular on YouTube and other sites as a means to remix and alter the clip for more comedic purposes. It's commonly spelled as Deuueaugh, exclamation point, or in Chinese,
都我
but Nickelodeon spells it as Deaugh. So yeah, they are pretty different, so don't try to get them wrong because the pronunciation can be pretty offensive if you say to the wrong person. This one's C tier. Next we got Freeform Jazz, episode 26A, Grandma's Kisses. Patrick tells SpongeBob that he must acquire taste for freeform jazz. They both express serious faces with the slickest jazz riff in the background. D tier. Gentle Breeze. In pre-hibernation week, Sandy tells everyone in the Krusty Krab that SpongeBob is missing. Squidward then smiles towards Mr. Krabs with absolute delight. Around 2009, someone edited this shot and added the song Gentle Breeze from Trauma Center Under the Knives 2. Personally, I'm not too familiar with this meme, so I'm giving it an E tier. Who are you people? Another quote from pre-hibernation week, Patrick returns to his home to find a bunch of eyes under his rock and yells, "Who are you people?" This has been featured in numerous memes and videos on Facebook. Definitely one of Patrick's more iconic lines, so I'm giving it a C tier. In episode 32B, The Smoking Peanut, SpongeBob is about to sit down and watch some TV. Despite this, the new meaning of this image defines it as leaving some place. The origins of this meme come from Twitter. User BBWSlayer666 tweeted this. That day, a different user by the name of AllmanTheGod tweeted the SpongeBob image with the caption, It received a lot of likes, and later on July 20th, 2019, another Twitter user, Jasmine Imani, shared this. That became the template, and there were many others created in order to have the response of, B tier. I'm ugly and I'm proud. This refers to a quote that Patrick tells SpongeBob to say in episode 22, Something Smells. It's more of an iconic one-liner instead of an actual useful meme. Bruh, I said useful meme. But either way, it's not that bad. C tier. Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town? This came from 23A Big Pink Loser. One of the fishes walks up to Patrick and asks if he blew him from Stupid Town.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Very famous one line, and you can find a lot of these remixes on YouTube. I also remember seeing a channel profile pic of this fish that just comments this one line in random videos, so be on the lookout for that. B tier. Bold and Brash. 38B, artist unknown, Squidward shows off his best work yet, Bold and Brash. After this first appearance, it showed up in many other episodes because of the meme's success. This magnificent piece has become an internet sensation and is Squidward's most notable work. Bold and Brash, A tier. 33A Shanghai. They are in the Flying Dutchman ship and Patrick sings the songs of the gods. Not a big fan, D tier. More Krabs. In episode 39A, Jellyfish Hunter, when Mr. Krab tells SpongeBob to get more jellyfish, this crusty looking Mr. Krabs appears very briefly. This is definitely one of the more recognizable memes of Mr. Krabs, and it's known as More Krabs with M-O-A-R Krabs. It can also be referenced as Morbid Krabs and has appeared in many different videos and images. Usually it's captioned with more. More Krabs is C tier? Nah, I don't really feel like it. And 39, Welcome to the Chum Bucket. I don't really feel like explaining this that much, but it's pretty simple. It's just SpongeBob laying down, and then with the caption, I don't really feel like it. Simple, dimple, B tier. Patrick hates this channel. And 26B, Squidville, a TV drops down and starts playing an ad for Squidville. Patrick proceeds to say, I hate this channel, and turns off the channel.
Move to.
I hate this channel.
Now.
For the meme, the show is usually replaced with some different show, and then Patrick would then shut it off. Personally, I really like this episode in general, so I'm giving it a B tier. This is a load of barnacle. In episode Pre-Hibernation Week, Sandy announces to the citizens of Bikini Bottom to find SpongeBob because he's missing. One of the fishes tells another fish that this is a load of barnacles. Very simple, not my favorite, E tier. That's not my wallet. This meme in episode 31A, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, involves Man Ray attempting to be better as a person and giving Patrick his wallet back. Patrick doesn't believe it's his wallet and refuses the offer. Sounds unfunny as I'm explaining it, but let me just play the clip from the actual episode.
Excuse me, sir. I do believe you've lost your wallet.
Doesn't look familiar to me.
What? I just saw you drop it. Here.
It's not mine.
It is yours. I'm trying to be a good person and return it to you.
Return what to who?
Bruh. Aren't you Patrick Star?
Yep.
This is your ID.
Yep.
I found this ID in this wallet. And if that's the case, this must be your wallet.
That makes sense to me. Then take it. It's not my wallet.
Why, you little...
C tier. No, this is Patrick. What an icon, alright? In Big Pink Loser, Patrick works in the Krusty Krab. Customers call the phone and ask if this is the Krusty Krab, and Patrick replies with,
No, this is Patrick.
This used to be a very popular meme during its time, probably due to the Sparta meme being very popular. Currently, if you say this as a clever response, you might get gangbanged or something, so don't even try to do this. So I'm just gonna give it a D tier. Oh, Neptune. This meme comes from the episode 30A, No Free Rides. Mrs. Puff is worried about SpongeBob never being able to pass her boating test and murmurs, "Oh Neptune," in her head. Nickelodeon used this meme on their Which Meme Are You post, and just for that reason, I'm giving it a D tier. Sweet Victory. In the episode Bang Geeks, gives us one of the most recognizable songs in SpongeBob, Sweet Victory.
Let's get this over with. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sweet Victory is played by the band in the football stadium and is regarded as one of the greatest moments in all of SpongeBob history. This is what we wanted for the Super Bowl, but instead we got this, so A tier. Patrick, that's a... And now this is one that's been springing up recently. In Big Pink Loser, SpongeBob tells Patrick to get a jar, and Patrick brings out a pickle instead. This meme is usually remixed with all sorts of things. The meme was originally edited by Twitter user Conkface in 2019.
Easy. Now you try. First get a jar. Patrick, that's a gun.
Yes.
But now this meme sprung back up. In January 19, 2021, YouTuber user Aozolia posted a similar meme but with Patrick holding a rocket launcher instead of a gun. Now you can find hundreds of these edits and they are constantly pumping them out. And it's one of the most recent ones that are popular, so I'm giving it a B tier. I genuinely like it, but it's starting to die out. Patrick pushes it somewhere else. In episode 40B, Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm, Patrick describes his plan of moving the Bikini Bottom by pushing it somewhere else. This meme can be used in many different ways, but the easiest way is by captioning, "We should do X to do Y," with these two images. I remember this meme floating around some places, so I'm gonna give it a D tier. SpongeBob Eager Face. In Bang Geek, SpongeBob dances in excitement with his eager face. Random music is played in the background, and this became a very popular internet fad for a big reason. The feast and the dance appeared in some of the games and shorts for SpongeBob. E tier. Don't remember it that much. Ravioli. In 24B, Imitation Krabs, Plankton is pretending to be Mr. Krabs and says the infamous line,
Remember, ravioli, ravioli, give me the formuoli.
You rarely see this, but it can be just appreciated for being a memorable line. C tier. In episode 21A, Your Shoes Untied, SpongeBob is watching sea anemones stripping or something, I think, and shuts off the TV when Gary walks in. This clip is edited so the TV is playing different things for SpongeBob to be shutting off. Pretty well known, I would like to say, so B tier. The Ugly Barnacle. In Something Smells, Patrick tells SpongeBob about the story of the Ugly Barnacle. This meme never took off that well, but was more treated of like a one-liner again, or a funny SpongeBob moment. However, there are still a couple of remixes on this. E tier. I can explain. In Pre-Hibernation Week, when Sandy drives quickly past two fishes, one of them ends up dressed differently and says, "I can explain." She then uncovers a house to find the same guy, and this is when the meme takes form. D tier. We're talking about this. In 36B, Krusty Love, SpongeBob lashes out in confusion at not knowing what to buy for Mr. Krabs. This meme is used in many references, mainly having to do with complications or something difficult. B tier. You took my only food and I'm gonna starve. 27B, Life of Crime, SpongeBob gives Patrick a chocolate bar and he forgets he has already eaten his chocolate bar. He desperately searches and blames SpongeBob for eating his bar. We then get the hottest close-up in SpongeBob history of Patrick's stomach. Real nice. D tier. We call him Pinhead. In Survival of the Idiots, SpongeBob and Patrick pretend to be Dirty Dan when Sandy is hibernating. SpongeBob calls Patrick a pinhead and Patrick turns into this.
All right, Pinhead, your time is up.
Who you calling Pinhead?
This image became very popular as a result, and some call it the best line in YouTube cartoon history. Personally, I don't think so, but I think it's pretty good, so I'm gonna give it a B tier. And yup, that's a wrap up on season 2. Let's head on to season 3. Okay, season 3. Let's start it off with a nice one. We go on the imagination meme, which I presume to be one of the first SpongeBob memes to be ever created. Visually, it's very simple and funny at the time, I guess, but now it strives more as a template for newer SpongeBob memes to not be like this. This original episode of the meme was from season 3, episode 44B, also known as Idiot Box. In the episode, SpongeBob and Patrick use the power of imagination to have fun with a box, while Squidman loads them inside. This clip where SpongeBob says imagination with funtime rainbows is where the meme is captured. The picture is then captioned with all sorts of text, none of them really being funny now, however. The first picture that referenced this scene was uploaded to the Royal Archives of Art, DeviantArt, on April 11th, 2005 by user Flower Wills. It's 2005, so yeah, this is probably one of the oldest ones. This post was 3 years after the initial episode's release, and after this post, an image with the actual episode screenshot captured Mikey was released, creating the base for all the later imagination memes. Now, this is one of the most recognizable SpongeBob memes, and I believe it started the future rush of SpongeBob meme culture. And for that reason and its impact on the culture of memes, I'm just gonna give this a nice clean A tier. Tough SpongeBob. In episode 48, No Weenies Allowed, SpongeBob tries to get into the salty spittoon, and while he tells a tough story to get in, he makes this expression. Very simple, very casual, funny, but overall, So I'm gonna give this like a D tier. 25. This is a meme you did when you were back in your elementary school days, and it's still funny now. In episode 53A, New Student Starfish, SpongeBob and Patrick are in boating school, and SpongeBob comes up with the best joke in the show.
Hey, Patrick.
What?
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
What a classic. A tier. I love you. In episode 52, Chocolate with Nuts, Patrick and SpongeBob are selling chocolates, and Patrick's advertising strategy doesn't work as planned. Personally, I would have probably fallen for it, however. And for that and the significance of that actual meme, I'm gonna give it a C tier. In episode 43A, Just One Bite, Squidward tells SpongeBob that he is sure that he doesn't want to eat a Krabby Patty, and says to confirm it that, does this look unsure to you? This face has many names like Ugly Squidward, Unsureward, and my favorite one, Squadward. And for that, I'm gonna give it a B tier. Victory Screech. In episode 41A, the algae's always greener. After defeating Knacked Mr. Krabs, which is another meme itself, SpongeBob blows the Victory Screech. This meme is usually used in all sorts of victories. Won the Little League game? Fortnite Victory Royale? Won the divorce? Very versatile and clean. B tier. And since we just mentioned it, I'm just gonna put Naked Mr. Krabs at a D tier. Chocolate! In Chocolate and Nuts again, SpongeBob approaches a potential new customer. When Tom, one of the fishes, hears they're selling chocolate, he starts pogging out of his mind. Date unsure, but it became a very popular YTMND fad and very widespread throughout many social medias. Recently, it's more just like an iconic line, so it's a D tier for me. You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it?
55B, midlife crustacean, SpongeBob and Patrick are trying to make Mr. Krabs feel young again, and they ask a very intimate question. I'm pretty sure this is the official shirt that was made by Nickelodeon and released at Hot Topic, but don't quote me on that. And just because they do have a shirt of this and I low-key want to buy it, I'm gonna give this a nice A tier. Not because of the inappropriate line or anything. Put the money in the bag! 45B, Doing Time. SpongeBob and Patrick are trying to get into jail to break Mrs. Puff out of jail. Their master plan was to rob a bank, and the perfect one-liner to go to jail is said. The moment has become a very iconic moment and is remixed into many YouTube videos. But personally, I'm not the biggest fan, so I'm gonna give this one a D tier. Magic Conch Shell. Episode 42A, Club SpongeBob. Squidward asks the Magic Conch Shell if he can have something to eat. The shell then replies,
No.
haha, got him. That's a C tier. Yeah, but I got a question for you. How tough are you? We are back at the salty spittoon in No Weenies Allowed, but you are not accepted unless you prove how tough you are. This clip is very famous and iconic that there's even a template you can make for yourself. This is mine. It took around 30 seconds to make on the website. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold your applauses. I know it's so good. But yeah, just for that reason, I'm going to put it in A tier. I would like you to play that song again. 49A Crabborg. Mr. Krabs asked the radio fish to play that song again.
Hello, I was wondering if you could play that song again.
This meme was literally asked to be edited to. And honestly, the community did a very good job. There's honestly just too many of these now. And they either involve changing the beep boop bop or changing the end where he dances. These are some of my personal favorites for how simple it is and how good it is. So I'm definitely going to have to give this an S tier. Fred mopping. A little bit unknown, but in doing time, SpongeBob crashes into a juice truck and it splashes everywhere in the senior center, pretty much flooding the place. It then cuts to a scene of Fred mopping, ignoring the tsunami of juice. The meme has Fred cleaning all sorts of questionable stuff. Maximum Overdrive. In episode 50B, Krusty Krab training video, Plankton is attempting to escape with the Krabby Patty once again, when he says, "Not when I shift into maximum overdrive." With Plankton's over-the-top expression, it really makes the deal, and this clip has become incorporated in many clips. I do like the line, but I'm not the greatest fan of the clip as a whole, so I'm gonna give it a C tier. Oh no, he's hot. If you like this meme, you're kind of sus. In episode 48B, Squilliam returns. Squidward encounters Squilliam and is trying to picture him in his underpants for comfort. But it backfires, and Squidward sees him as a hunked Chad. This is less of a meme and more of an iconic moment in the show, but I'm still going to count this as a meme, so I'm going to put it at a C tier. SpongeBob betrayed us. I feel like this is more on the unknown side as well. Episode 59, The Sponge Who Could Fly. Patchy the pirate starts fuming after he learns that the lost episode was revealed as something not as expected. This meme is usually used for something that ended up being disappointing or something upsetting. Most popular during around 2019, I believe, but I've never really seen this meme all that often, and even when I saw it now, it's still pretty bad, so I'm just gonna put this at an F tier. SpongeBob filing. In Krusty Krab training video, SpongeBob is looking through files of the ingredients of the Krabby Patty. The text on these files are usually replaced with other text to make a goofy meme. I believe this is the first one ever created, and it was posted on to BuzzFeed to make it really popular. Simple yet creative, B tier. SpongeBob uses too much sauce. In the Algae's Always Greener, Plankton scolds SpongeBob for using too much sauce in the Krabby Patties. SpongeBob's facial expression and sound spawned a lot of popularity and is remixed in a lot of videos. This is always a classic for me, so I'm gonna put this at a B tier. You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? In Just One Bite, Squidward is caught sneaking with a Krabby Patty, and SpongeBob says, "You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?" This facial expression that he makes gets parodied a lot, and a similar expression can be found in a later episode called Knock Knock Who's There. I'm pretty neutral about this whole meme in general, so I'm gonna give it like a C tier. Let's end off season 3 with a banger. We got Wumbo. Everyone knows Wumbo. Episode 45A, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 4 gives us the infamous word Wumbo. Patrick explains the meaning, and it's pretty much the opposite of Minnie. The scene became so widespread that a lot of parodies began to spring up. Tumblr was the main one affected by this meme, and the format is very simple. Mainly just Patrick explaining something stupid or talking about the study of wombology. But without question, this is one of my favorite ones and a very memorable one in the show, so I'm gonna have to give this one an easy S tier. But yeah, that wraps up season 3, so let's head on to seasons 4. After season 3, people said that that was the peak to its golden age. And then when season 4 hit around, so the show became top-notch marketable garbage and appealed to more younger generation. And by younger generation, I mean not born because they're still fetuses. Nah, I'm just tickling your balls. I do think season 4 and 5 are kind of decent, but when it gets to the seasons nowadays, it is some garbage, man. And this really did affect the memes. From all seasons 4 and beyond, there's less memes in all that time than season 1. So we're just gonna go over those real quickly. So yeah, let's just start off with, "Hi, how are you?" In episode 104, Not Normal, after SpongeBob watches a video on how to be normal, he starts being quote-unquote normal. As normal SpongeBob, the way he greets people is with the phrase,
Hi, how are you?
This has been very popular on Tumblr and other apps, but is more recognizable as the one-liner, with this smooth-looking SpongeBob to complement it. Just because I like the episode, I'm gonna give it like a B tier. Gentle Rhythm of the Sea. In episode 75A, Squid-tastic Voyage, the camera pans down to SpongeBob's house, and the narrator tells the audience that they will observe the gentle rhythm of the sea. There, SpongeBob's house starts to rumble with loud music.
Today, we study the gentle rhythm of the sea.
If you didn't already notice, this was the meme I used for the intro of this video. But generally speaking, it's pretty generic and bland, so I'm gonna give this like a C tier just because I did use this for the intro. Alright, next we got the mocking SpongeBob. On episode 182, Little Yellow Book, it is revealed in SpongeBob's diary that when SpongeBob sees Plaid, he will act like a chicken. In the scene, Mr. Krabs is wearing Plaid and SpongeBob is acting like a chicken, obviously, making Mr. Krabs think he is mocking him. This involves a SpongeBob above some toggle text mocking it with his picture. The meme started to get popularity during around 2017 and is recognized as one of the most popular SpongeBob memes to the current time. In the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con, Tom Kenny, the voice actor of SpongeBob, said that this was his favorite SpongeBob meme. It's also one of his idol animations for Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. But it brings up questions to why he didn't act like a chicken in this episode. This is a solid B tier. Oh yeah, we got Thick Mr. Krabs.
Damn, boy!
In episode 210B, Burst Your Bubble, Mr. Krabs is washing a car and, you know.
Do not call me handsome if you ain't gonna hand me some of that, but don't get down.
In May 20th, 2017, Tumblr user Dolce Dandy posted this video. After that, the video spread to all sorts of apps from Reddit to Instagram to Twitter, remixing the words and pictures of other thicky characters. On June 7th, BuzzFeed showed several examples of the Diddy videos on a listicle titled "The One Thick Blech Meme is the Best and Worst Thing on the Internet Right Now." I don't think BuzzFeed really made an impact, but it's part of the timeline, so I'm giving this a C tier. Ugh, who put you on the planet? In episode 127B, I Love Dancing, well, I Heart Dancing, SpongeBob responds back to Squidward after he makes fun of his dancing. This quote was used in all sorts of conversations and insults during its prime, but its origins are pretty unknown to the public. The expression was originally said by Christian televangelist Reverend X in the episode of his public access TV program, The Spirit of Truth, during around the early 2000s. Let me play the clip.
Who put you on a planet? Ah!
I do like the line from the original show, but it's a little bit lacking, so D tier. Red Mist Squidward. The origins of this meme was from a fan-made SpongeBob creepypasta story created in 2010 called Red Mist. Also known as Squidward's Suicide, this meme usually has funny text on the bottom, and I believe the first one and the best one is this. Now I'm putting this meme in this category and not in others because they actually implemented this face into the show. In episode 256A, SpongeBob in Random Land, Squidward is trying to leave and is opening doors. I personally like how they added this meme into the show, so it's definitely a A tier, whether they purposely added it or not. SpongeBob Behind the Wheel. Episode 190, Tutor Sauce. SpongeBob is being tutored by Mr. Krabs on how to drive. When Mr. Krabs tells SpongeBob to start the boat, SpongeBob is seen shifting the lever. It's usually used to describe ironic situations, and I probably see this the least. Honestly, F tier. It's not even that good and there's not even that many. Squidward looking out the window. In episode 144A, That Sinking Feeling, Squidward is looking out of his window watching SpongeBob and Patrick running past his house. It's usually used in exclusion or jealousy memes. And I personally do like this one a lot, so I'm going to give this one a nice clean B tier. Someone drops by Squidward's house. In episode 63, Have You Seen This Snail? Patrick and SpongeBob drop by Squidward's house while he's taking a bath. And so do a bunch of other characters. On October 25th, 2009, there were several of these meme alterations. On YouTube, a video created by user Ravage656 called Ouija Drops by Squid's House, and it gained over 500,000 views on it. In the description of the video, he claims to be the originator of the meme. I can't find any evidence doubting his claim, And by that I mean I didn't try to, so I'm just gonna say he is the originator of the meme. A template of this video was also created by Ravage, so y'all can create your own wacky drop-by memes. But either way, this is a A tier. Come again? So my one friend brought this meme up to me, so I decided to put this in the list, but I can't find what episode this is from. So if any of y'all watching, please drop it in the comments because I got no idea, sorry. But either way, D tier. And yep, that's a wrap up on seasons 4 and beyond. Yeah, pretty quick, right? There's not that much. So let's just go on to the others and the movies category. So let's just start off with all the memes from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. The other two newer movies don't have any memes. Let's just be honest, alright? So let's start with Surprised Patrick. In the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, SpongeBob and Patrick are running away from a monster. The monster then falls into a ditch and is eaten by another monster. It then pans down to SpongeBob and Patrick just sitting there in pure shock. Patrick's expression has caught so much attention that it has been dubbed as Surprised Patrick, but officially called by Nickelodeon as Starstruck Patrick. This has pretty much been solidified as the SpongeBob meme, so everyone including your grandma probably knows this meme. Nickelodeon knew the success of the meme and used it in their promotion for the 2015 and 16 Kids' Choice Awards, an award right above the Nobel Peace Prize. This face is also one of SpongeBob and Patrick's idol animations in Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. The Surprise Patrick is an easy B tier. Patrick praying. During the final dance music scene, you can see Patrick in some shady clothes, bro, with some mega long legs, and you can see him do this pose for a quick second. This post has been dubbed as Praying Patrick, and it's been implemented in lots of memes, mainly in church with other praying characters. Praying Patrick is a D tier. Mr. Krabs choking Patrick. Mr. Krabs chokes down Patrick's star with an anxious SpongeBob behind him. It's usually used with one character or a force attacking another character with another part standing in the background. This started becoming very popular around August 2020, and now it's kind of dead, so D tier. Oh, waiter. Oh, why did I just do that voice? This was during the segment when they were inside the ice cream parlor, and it's just SpongeBob and Patrick calling for the waiter. There's not too much of a meme here, and the memes are honestly kind of garbage, so I'm just gonna give this like a E tier, I'm not gonna lie, just because it is a nice one-liner, I guess. Hello, I like money. News anchorman Perch Perkins is about to do an interview with Mr. Krabs because Mr. Krabs just opened Krusty Krab 2. Mr. Krabs' introduction is,
"Hello, I like money."
This meme became very popular and is remembered more of a funny line, but it could also be used as a meme template, and it's pretty decent at that, so C tier. My eye! When King Neptune shows his Dr. Phil cut, everyone starts yelling, which is honestly a meme itself, but one of the fish's, Fred again, screams, my eye! As his pupils are getting burned by the reflected light. C tier. And that is it for the movies. Yeah, it's only 5, I know. But let's just get into the others category, which is things about SpongeBob that are not actually in the show itself. Breath in Boy. In the SpongeBob online game Karate Contest, there are a set of 2 images that have been floating around the internet. The 2 images are used as a reaction to various instances, and an official pin was even created by Nickelodeon. And for that reason, I'm just gonna give a B tier. Squidward on a chair. I'm not exactly sure who the originator is, but I'm going to say that the oldest video I could find was by a YouTuber named Castero 4 years ago. This will be absolutely outlandish, but by some chance you don't know the original song, it's Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, and they just parodied the chorus for the meme. Squidward on a chair! This was really popular back in my middle school days, so we gonna give this like a nice B tier. Walking Splash, a video presumably created by TikTok user Juvenile XTC, semi-blew up for the term Walkie Slash. There was even a song dedicated to the word, and it blew up tremendously from there. I'm putting this in the SpongeBob meme list because many say the voice sounds like Squilly and Fancyson. Walkie Slash. And many remixes of that were made, so I think it's totally viable to put it on this list. Dancing Mr. Krabs. Yeah, let's just slide that into a D tier. Is this a racist cartoon? In July 22nd, 2017, the most infamous reaction video by Skyview Ray was created and posted onto YouTube. At the time, it didn't gain too much traction, but up until recently, this one clip at the beginning of the video has sparked a lot of popularity. The video he was reacting to was a YouTube poop called Spinge Binge Me Millionth Dollar, and on June 20th, 2018, an isolated clip of the reaction was uploaded and amassed over 4 million views, more than the original video by Skyview Ray. Obviously cannot show the original clip, but this video has caused an avalanche of parodies. I really like the remixes of this meme, so I'm gonna give this a nice clean A tier. Have a bowl, Mr. Squidward. This meme comes from a parody commercial for SpongeBob shaped Kraft mac and cheese, where Mr. Krabs tells Squidward to have a bowl, Mr. Squidward, followed by the bowl being thrown straight at Squidward. This meme has an abundance of variants, all of which I've never heard of before researching for this video. I do enjoy these makeshift commercials, so I'm gonna give this a nice clean B tier.
Let me give her a squeeze, Mr. Squidward!
Krusty Krab versus the Chum Bucket. I thought this would be better here because these two buildings appear in pretty much every single episode, but the whole gist of the meme is that these two things are competing against each other. The Krusty Krab and the Chum Bucket are replaced with different images, and the meme is just competing. This rivalry is a main part of the show, so I couldn't just put it in one of the other seasonal categories. Very simple, yet kinda dull, so I'm gonna give this a nice D tier. Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and straight up dies. Created by Thrill the Will, Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and dies is a fan game based off the meme.
Ahoy, SpongeBob! I've overdosed on ketamine, and I'm going to die!
In the game, he plays Mr. Krabs, talking to all the characters, fighting plankton in a coin toss, and taking ketamine in the process. This game is also very popular in the speedrunning community, most notably by runner Moist Critical and many others. The game is constantly being played, and new tactics are being discovered every day to shave those valuable seconds. And I do enjoy looking at the speedruns up for this, and the glitches look insane. I don't even know how that's even possible, but really nice to watch. S tier. Time cards. The time cards in general is honestly a meme and has been incorporated in loads of videos as a transition or a little gag. The first time they used the card was in episode 13B, I Was a Teenage Gary, but since then it's honestly just an important element of SpongeBob in general. I put it in this category because it obviously doesn't fit in the other seasons because it's pretty much in every single episode now. Title cards, that's a C tier just because it's really easy to implement in your videos. Poorly timed SpongeBob banners. This is a really good one. It's pretty creative. So this is something that sometimes happens during a show where there are banners of other shows to tell you what's gonna come up next. These banners are edited in ways that make SpongeBob laugh at the victim. Many of them are edited, but I believe some could definitely happen by coincidence like this one. C tier. It's funny, but it's very rare to see. If you know, you know. I'm not playing the clip. C tier. I like the instrumental though. The SpongeBob popsicle that you get at the ice cream truck never seems to be right. They all look like they either have been possessed by a demon or got an extra chromosome or something. Tastes pretty good, and that gum in the middle, fire, bro. C tier. Squidward dabs. Originally a Vine video by Dion Dunk, the Squidward dab meme was truly an iconic element in meme culture. Vine might be dead, but we still have some clips to keep it alive like this.
King Bark then pulls out a comically large spoon with a smug look on his face.
And now, this. Yeah, never mind, it's dead. But when Vine 2 coming out though? But the original video was filmed at a Universal Studios parade in 2016 when an employee dressed up as Squidward and hit the dam. A tier. Every single SpongeBob parody. I guess I'll just put this one here as well, but it's pretty much just every single SpongeBob YouTube poop, parody, all that Shazam, you know. I'm just gonna put this in an overarching group of a C tier. SpongeBob. So this is one that has been floating around a lot recently in my feed. I believe it was created a month ago or maybe 2 months ago. It might even be a year. It's pretty hard to research this one because the topic in general is pretty elusive. But it pretty much just consists of some random pictures of SpongeBob memes with someone narrating the captions.
But why the nail on SquidgeBob head? What the heck? How SpongeBob get the burger drive-in, bro? Oh heavens no, the spunk skull
globs are plentiful.
And this is a very recent meme, I believe, and one that I've actually a super big fan of. So I'm gonna give this an A tier. I really like this one. It generally makes me laugh. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do some honorable mentions right now, okay? So first, small violin, and any meme you are thinking of writing down in the comments that I missed. So yeah, I got everything, I guess. This is the full tier list. I'm gonna give a link of it in the description. I don't think the idea of SpongeBob memes will be dying anytime soon. The show is just too good and too memorable for the internet to make its funeral. And yeah, I just decided to make this list of SpongeBob memes so it could be placed one day in the archives of history. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, you should definitely check out my other videos and hit that thumbs up button because it would really help me with the algorithm. Only a little % of my viewers are actually subscribed, so it really means a lot to hit that and turn on post notifications while you're at it. And tell me what SpongeBob meme you like the most. I know I forgot some important memes, so post those in the comments below and tell me if you know where the come again meme was in the show because I genuinely want to know. And a real quick shout out to Area 89 for the dopest SpongeBob clips. But yeah, thanks for watching again. My name is Day10, the Sponge Boy, and I'm out. Peace.